Now, all you horror fanatics out there can refer to me as Miller, as myself and Glenn will be bringing you content from all around the world of horror. We'll be bringing you debates, reviews, top 10s, and much more where it comes to the world of horror. Now, you guys at home, I want you to get involved. I want you to be in the comments section giving your input to the topics that we'll be discussing. Now, like any good horror host, I'm going to allow you to see some of the films that I consider to be my favourite horror films of all time. These are not in any particular order. This is not a top 10. This is just to give you a flavour for what I consider to be good horror. And please, do get interactive. Please comment below if some of these films are in your considered best horror films of all time. And please be gentle. We all have different opinions. I'm going to kick things off with Malignant. It's almost as if someone watched the end of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, watched a Kill Bill fighting scene and went, yeah, I've got it. This has some epic fight scenes, some twists and turns, some stalking and killing, and even some interactiveness from the consumer as you almost get to play detective as the film goes on. Highly recommend if you haven't already, go watch Malignant. Now, no horror list would be complete without at least one of the cult classics, your Michael Myers, your Jason Voorhees, but specifically, I'm going with Freddy Krueger. And to be even more specific, we're going with Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. And the reason why this is one of my favourite films of all time is specifically for that scene with the tendons using the body as a puppet as people look on and think he's just walking himself to his own suicide. That is a fantastic scene. Beware the Stare of Mary Shaw. And of course, if you didn't pick up on the soundtrack in the background, this is Dead Silence. And this is one of James Wan's absolute classics. He's a fantastic director, writer, and producer. But I feel that Dead Silence doesn't get the full recognition it deserves, despite being an absolute fantastic. It's a banger. And if Slappy didn't scare you, these dolls might. The fourth favourite that I'm going to share with you today is Collector 1 and 2. They were both fantastic. There is something about this mass sadistic, psychotic serial killer that absolutely dragged me in. And not all the time do we get to say that a number 2, a follow-up, a sequel, is as good as this one was. If you haven't seen it already, do please go and check out number 1 and number 2. Stunning film. Now, I could be easily going off on a tangent and saying Saw, Terrifier, Hostel, Seven, Would You Rather, but my number 5 for today is going to be Truth or Dare. Despite having a few cliches, I thought this was fantastically delivered. Now, I think we've all played a game of Truth or Dare when we were younger, but have you ever played it where you've had to down a bottle of vodka, walk across a rooftop, and if you don't, you die, but if you do it, you could die too. But if you have not seen this yet, this is a great take on a Universal game that everyone should know, and they've turned it into a very sadistic horror film. My name is Miller, I've been your host for today here on Channel 13. Please drop a comment below whether you agree or disagree with some of my choices, and drop the page a follow so you can see more content from the world of horror from myself, Miller, and my partner in crime, Glenn.